The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. And we're live.
Oh.
Yeah. 7 o'clock. We're all just sitting here. We all got our character sheets. Waiting for the inevitable, so might as well just get it started. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mr. Kren's Valley. Last episode, the group was at maybe at one point an abandoned wizard's tower, but now was being squatted in by Rictavio, which is the circus fellow. Apparently, he's like a ringmaster who's on just like traveling and stuff. And he was like, "Hey, you should really get out of here. There's a bunch of werewolves." And then, as you all were getting ready to leave, not really, you guys were just there. A bunch of werewolves showed up. One of them being the one that was freed from the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft, Emil, who now has that mace that Hemlock helped him get, which he used to keep Big Cat at bay, who's still hiding in the first floor of the tower. And when he realized that Saxton was a werewolf, he decided to fight him one-on-one as Saxton tried to stop him and the rest of his pack from getting Hemlock back to Strahd. Fight ensues. Things aren't looking so hot. Meanwhile, Hemlock got onto a direwolf and was told to get out of here as fast as you can. You're not safe here. By Emil. So I think we'll leave off with the initiative we had before. And Emil is currently like down on one knee. He's pretty winded. He got knocked back 15 feet, I think, in the last round, if I remember right. And he gets up with the mace, and he swings it at Saxton. Also, tonight, to mix up the theme, we're not using Metal Dice of Doom. Instead, we're using dice from the Kickstarter that the Evergreen Burrow had, which is the Lucky Duck dice set. So, we'll see how they roll. For his attack, he got an 11 to hit, which I'm pretty sure doesn't, on Saxton.
What was it?
11.
Oh no.
Yeah, good start with these dice. And a nat 1. So I'm going to roll off of Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else available in the DM's Guild. And we're going to see what happens with the nat 1. So how are you all doing tonight? Hopefully better than Emil.
I'm doing good.
I got my trail mix. I got a show. I'm doing good.
Ooh. 3.
I mean, it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
First strike is like a horizontal slash with a mace, which you duck under to dodge, and he goes to retaliate with a hammer strike with the mace, and you move out of the way effortlessly. And as he hits the mace into the ground, it gets stuck. That is his turn. Right after him, it is Big Cat's turn, who was still rolling against the fear thing, because it still hasn't been time limit for the fear thing to wear off yet. He makes it! And of course I don't have his stats up, but Big Cat shakes it off. And Nyhm, I believe you were sitting up in one of the windows of the tower, and you're just sitting there watching the show. So you see Big Cat shake off whatever was making it so scared, and this big mountain lion that's wearing a full set of heavy armor runs out of the tower and sees all the werewolves, sees Tim-Tam, knows Tim-Tam's a friend. This is actually pretty smart for a beast. By pretty smart, I mean as smart as a beast can be. And decides instead to disengage from any werewolves that would try to attack it if they would attack, and follows the smell of Hemlock and starts running towards her, making sure she's okay. After Big Cat, it is Nym's turn. So Nyhm, you're sitting up on the 3rd floor, if I recall. No one's really looking for you or anything. I'm pretty sure even if you didn't try to hide, no one would bother.
If I have a free action to talk, I would probably try to at least yell towards Big Cat. Well, no, they're following the scent, so I have actually no reason to do anything.
Well, you see Big Cat running off towards the woods where the dire wolf that took Hemlock went.
Oh, okay. Well, they're already too far out of yelling range anyways, so I will numb on some trail mix.
They're actually not. They're not that far yet because they took the disengage.
Trail mix.
Trail mix. Hemlock. This dire wolf continues running you through the woods. And it stops for a moment and it looks around and it like turns off into another direction. And it seems like it's trying to find something. Do you do anything on your turn?
Let me see. I can't talk to it, right? We established that last time.
You didn't try to last time.
Or I didn't?
No.
I thought I did. Well, I have it up all the time, so I say, "Are you looking for something?"
You tried talking to a wolf before, but it didn't work because it was a werewolf. This one you haven't tried it on.
Are you looking for something?
The wolf pauses for a moment. Its ear goes back and it looks at you. And it seems to look at you with very familiar eyes. You're not sure what it is about its eyes, but they seem to calm you. And it says, "I'm trying to find a place where we can be safe. I have friends nearby. Make sure you can get to the castle just fine."
Do I know the voices?
It sounds familiar, but you can't quite put your nose on it.
Okay. But it's friendly, is it?
Mm-hmm. Just hold on tight, Hemlock. You're not sure how it knows your name, though.
Can I do anything with this? Where's my intelligence wisdom? No, I'm just like, all right, cool. Got nothing I can do. So do your thing. I'll help you look for it if I can. So I'll just like I'll help him if that gives him advantage or whatever. But
okay.
But yeah.
He goes to describe the location to you, but it's a place you've never really been before. So it's kind of difficult. He just mentions like looking for a pale tree with a crack in it or something like that. And you're just like, there's a lot of pale trees around here. It's like,
I've met a lot of pale trees. I'm sorry. I would help you. I'll look out for one.
Yeah, I'll say you do give him advantage, or her. It sounds like a guy, so I would say him advantage. after you, it is Tim-Tam's turn. Tim-Tam, you are just standing out in the open in front of the tower, and there are werewolves, like 2 of them, keeping an eye on you to make sure you don't interfere.
Okay, I'll start running towards where the dire wolf took Hemlock.
Alright, so you dash into the woods.
Do I see Big Cat?
Yes, you actually would catch up to Big Cat. Big Cat's fast. Big Cat went from the tower to... So...
I'll I'll take the Lilia's idol doll that Hemlock gave me and
Mhm.
approach it to Big Cat Snout and say, is Big Cat hurt?
Big Cat is not hurt.
Okay, then I will do that. Approach the.
Actually, wait. Big Cat is hurt because a bunch of rubble fell on Big Cat, but they're definitely within, nowhere close to being very injured at all.
Okay. Well, I will cure wounds first level just in case a little bit
Okay.
on him for 10 HP.
Okay, that does help a lot. That was like about half of the damage that he'd already
And
taken.
I will put the doll close to his snout and say, even though I don't think he understands me, take me to her.
He like stops and he smells it, and you can't help but think that he's been trained to actually do this kind of stuff before. And he actually sits down, and the top part of the armor unfolds out to the seat, like, and it does that when he lays down, like it's some kind of mechanism for when his limbs are in that position. It opens up, so you could use the rest of your move to get on his back.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I did say this before. When you were in the tower, your magic stuff didn't work, but it does work now for sure.
Okay.
After you, it is Saxton's turn. So Saxton, right in front of you is Emil, who has been swinging this magical mace at you, and he got it stuck in the ground, right next to you.
How bad is he looking?
Pretty bad. He looks bloody. You're both in hybrid form.
I'm gonna do says he just swung and embedded his mace in the ground. I'm gonna strike him with an uppercut.
Okay.
$13 to hit.
13 hits.
Does he look like 1 or 2 more hits might take him down?
Yeah. The amount of damage you do per hit, yeah.
Hit for 6 damage.
Oh, maybe a few more than that.
Okay. Strike again for 17.
17 hits.
And if this hits, I want to hit for 9 non-lethal.
Okay. He staggers back about a foot on that one, as I like to think you did like 2 chest strengths. And that second one did a lot more than the first one. And he looks like he's barely standing, but he is up. And he looks like he's not going to give up.
I'll go with Fury of Blows then. Oh, well, no, wait. I have a third attack because I'm still in haste.
Yes, that is true.
All right, so I will hit him again for 14.
14 hits.
And 9 non-lethal.
All right. With that, he falls to the ground unconscious. And immediately, one of the wolves that was watching reverts back from a wolf form all the way to... what is she? I think she's a Vulpin. Let me double check. No, she's a Jerbeen. My bad. A female Jerbeen comes running up to him, and she's like, "Emil!" and runs over and tries to make sure he's okay. One of the other werewolves goes into bipedal form and says, "What are you doing? Finish him!" And I'll need a wisdom saving throw, Saxton.
Right. How a dirty 20 work?
You do feel an urge, a predatory urge, a form of dominance, of killing him there. But you're easily able to fight that off, unless you want to do it anyway.
Says that my last hits were non-lethal. I'm not going to end him right there.
To run this.
Why didn't you kill him?
Now,
Are you weak of mind?
So I'm in hybrid form, right? So I still have the gruntal.
Yeah,
responses?
you can revert back if you want to.
Okay. All right. I will revert.
You'll take an action.
I'll revert back to my base form then.
Okay. Actually, I think it takes a bonus action to revert back. I will double check. Whatever. Anyway. The werewolves look confused. At least some of them do, and they're like, "He challenged you for being alpha. There can only be one."
What good is a pack if all the members are dead?
Give me a persuasion or intimidation roll.
Ooh, I'm good at intimidation. Not so much. 10. I should start rolling my dice. Shit.
Well, he's a weak leader.
Punch that guy.
He lost the fight.
He came in to claim to himself leader after our leader died out in the woods, along with most of our hunting pack.
And did he keep you safe until now?
No,
Then why did you follow him?
he was stronger than us. But you are
No.
stronger than him.
No. The strength of the pack is the wolf. And the strength of the wolf is the pack.
The Jerbeen says, "Here, just take this." And she goes to she pulls the mace out of the dirt and hands it to you. This for Emil's life, please.
I'll take the mace and examine it.
The mace is made of 2 skulls. 2 birdfolk skulls. I'll say 2 strigs, because they got the nice short hooked beaks that goes well with the mace. And they're like back to back. And the eyes actually were glowing red when he was wielding it. But when you were holding it, it's not. But you can definitely feel some intimidating power coming from it. If you attune to it, you probably will be able to use it like he was using it.
All right. I will take the mace and hoist it up.
Right, and I will add it to your character list. And as you hoist it up, the rest of the wolves lay down and keep their heads down in front of you. And he said, and the Jerbeen one says, "He is now our new leader. Does anyone wish to contest against it?" And none of the werewolves even flinch. They keep their eyes off of you. They're
As
downcast.
soon as you go to launch it, and we
She says, "Then it is settled." She picks up Emil, puts like one arm over her shoulder, her tiny little Jerbeen shoulder, as he reverts back to Vulpin form. Unconscious. And she says, "What will you have us do now?"
Tell me, why do you serve and obey Strahd?
the codex.
We obey him because he is much more powerful than us. He is an avatar of Kren herself.
And what are we?
His dogs.
He only has the power that you give him. He is but one being, and there are many wolves.
We are children of Mother Night. Are you saying we should betray Mother Night's favorite child?
Yeah.
You say he treats you like dogs, but are you not wolves? Are you not the hunters?
We may be hunters. We may be apex predators. But Mother Night has blessed him with godlike powers and eternal life, two things we do not have. Also, he allows us to leave at some times, but only if we bring back more people, more folk into this valley.
Okay, a while back we found that book that describes Strahd. Does it correlate to what they're saying, or?
I mean, it correlates to all of your experience with Strahd. He's a vampire, thus eternal, theoretically, and he's been pretty godlike in terms of power, in the sense of like every time you guys go to fight him, it doesn't seem to do anything to him.
But like an avatar of Kren.
Give me a religion check.
Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna roll my die. I'm not doing that yet. Plus -1. 17.
You know that this area seems to be part of a domain that the goddess Kren, of shadow and trickery, also of the Vulpin folk, humble folk, seems to be a part of her domain, or at least it's heavily influenced by it. Because of her heavy influence and the fact that Strahd seems to be the one running the show and has so much power, he has to have at least some kind of major ties with Kren.
And is Kren like one of those evil
I know
divinities, or?
I don't have my.
Yes, she is of shadow and deception, and bestial nature, the id of the humble folk and bird folk. Any who act in their more bestial instincts usually worship her.
Tell me, how many more packs do you know of?
There is only ours, but this isn't the full pack. The rest of us are at the den. It's not too far away.
And one of your numbers.
severely lacking. There are maybe 20 of us left. There were around 30. But they were with the previous Alpha before Emil. They were all slaughtered down south. Apparently they were hunting for adventurers, like yourself.
Ew.
So I have no idea.
Would these happen to be the wolves that were shown the door a few weeks ago?
Remember the big werewolf that had silver fur?
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've shown the leader the door twice.
Yep.
Do they know? Are they aware of this?
It doesn't seem so.
How long ago did the Pack South disappear?
A few days ago, which would match a few days ago is when you guys killed that last werewolf group.
Was your former Alpha a silver-maned one?
Yes. So, you are the ones that slayed him as well.
They attacked my pack, and I had to defend them.
She pauses for a moment and she looks up at the tower up at Nyhm. They're a werewolf?
No, but they are close to me. They are like family. Even those who sit around eating trail mix.
The rest of the werewolves turn back into folk forms. They're all various different kinds. Most of them are Batra.
Huh?
You know, so they wear fur pelts and have spears.
So tell me, of among you, do you wish to be subservient or to control these lands?
And Nick was-
There's not enough of us to control these lands. We're just trying to survive. Hunters from the town of Valaki hunt us down when they can.
And this is survival. Having your numbers diminish, being hunted instead of hunting.
I can explain more at the den.
Uh-oh, Mike,
How far is it from here?
something's going on with my computer.
Not far. Will you be joining us? She shouts up at the tower.
Everything just kind of like stopped.
Damn, stop chewing.
One of the
Thinking, give me a
one of the werewolves, like as your snacks like fall to the ground, is just like, oh, no, 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 and just like looks up at you, begging.
I guess technically, yeah.
Then let's go. And all of the werewolves turn into wolf form. And Nyhm is small size, and wolves are medium size. So technically, you can ride on one of their backs.
What's their movement speed?
Probably not as good as yours, but you know, it'd be. You could rest your feet. You didn't have to. You don't have to do anything. Just hold on.
But why would I embarrass myself by riding a werewolf when I can literally run through the trees just as fast, if not faster?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So they lead you north. They lead you both north. Meanwhile, in the woods, we're going to go to Hemlock, as we're clearly definitely out of initiative now. The dire wolf goes this way and then goes that way, and and then stops in a small little clearing in there. The trees are big enough that their leaves are still overcast over the night sky, but it is clear enough to or not night sky, the cloudy gray sky. My
Okay,
bad.
I was gonna ask.
And stops and says, "Okay, we should be safe now."
Who are you? I forgot to ask your name.
He goes to sit down so you can get off.
Okay, I get off.
You know me. Then
I do.
there are like yelps of pain from him as his back starts to like break and snap, and peeling out of the back of the direwolf's body is Strahd. And coming out from the tree line,
Is Mark. I was so mad right now.
and coming out of the tree line are three people that you've never met before. One looks like she's like a nun.
No.
Another one looks like he was a knight, or is a knight, but his armor looks really old and tattered. And another one just looks like a commoner from Valaki. But the one thing that all of them have lined with each other is you can see hunger in their eyes, and they're all fairly pale.
I'm still charmed, right?
Yes. Don't worry.
I'm scared.
You're safe now.
Okay. I think I was safe before. Why am I here? What did you need me for, Strahd? I know we're friends and all, but
Well, Hemlock, your friend Saxton is too out of control. He's going to betray you all. He has become one of the werewolves. Though he can control it right now, he's a ticking time bomb. He'll turn on you all eventually.
I don't think that Saxton would do that.
No.
No.
Like he wouldn't choke you out at the Abbey. Like he wouldn't choose to slaughter a baron instead of discussing things reasonably, like a civilized person. That he would so willingly partner with someone who is his enemy, as he puts a hand on his own chest, just so he can kill a few hags. You put too much faith in him.
No, I don't think you put enough faith in him. Yeah, he did all those things, but I think there was never a part of my mind that said he was doing it for the wrong reason. At least Saxton thinks he's doing it for the right reasons. I mean, they may not be right in my mind, but I just don't think that he would betray us.
You say that, and him and the rest of the vampires all turn to the direction you guys came from. Tim-Tam. You and Big Cat are on the hunt. So Big Cat is using their keen sensibility to sniff out Hemlock. They have advantage on their roll. Is there anything you could do to help? If you want. You don't have to.
I will. I guess I can do the Flash of Genius.
Ooh. He didn't need to Flash of Genius, but he definitely has the trail. Flash Genius, what was that, +5?
Do you know? Because I messed up with my character sheet and it reset, so I had to like put it all back again. And now I don't have my Flash of Genius uses spent from last session. Do you know more or less how many?
Used 2 last session,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. If you use more than that, then whatever. We'll just say 2. Whatever.
Okay. But it's +5, Flash of Genius, by the way.
Okay, so that would make it, I think, Yep, 29. 29 to perception check. Rolled at advantage. And +5. On top of its already bonuses it has.
Using those lucky duck dice? That's
Yeah.
so nice.
I don't know, I rolled a nat 1 on them already, so...
When there was the bad guy.
And you notice that big cat like stops and like is sniffing and turns around and starts going back where you guys were, backtracking a little bit, and then immediately forks off. Bunch of branches are in the way as you just try to like duck low and try not to get hit by him as you're traveling through here. And you hear a big cat start growling. And then you start to come up to a clearing, and you can see a bunch of people there. And Big Cat actually leaps into the clearing with you on his back. With a roar.
I will cast Enlarge on Big Cat to make it like really Big Cat.
Oh, this is He-Man time? Okay, this is He-Man time.
So if Big Cat doesn't try to avoid it, it will get one size bigger.
Okay. So it went from a large size mountain lion to a huge size mountain lion. It's hard to see you on its back. This is like an elephant-sized cat. As it
Do I see
pounces into there, and it seems to like almost do like a weird camera effect where like as it's jumping it enlarges. And it's pouncing at Strahd.
What?
Oh,
As
we're
he's
doing
the
it
one
live.
closest to Hemlock.
Oh no.
And we're gonna
I-
roll initiative
Okay.
before you or Tim-Tam do anything else.
I'm going to roll my lucky duck dice. Oh.
Because Big Cat wasn't being sneaky, all of the vampires definitely knew this is happening, so it's not a surprise. They're not surprised by this. Big Cat got a whopping 12. Nice. What did Hemlock get?
20.
Okay. Sorry, Saxton and Nyhm, I'll make this brief. Tim-Tam, what'd you get?
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes.
Okay. That's 19.
Wow. Okay. This huge roar comes from the woods where you see the vampires looking. And you were actually the first to react, Hemlock, so what were you gonna say?
If I see Big Cat,
Yeah, Big Cat is coming in and is enlarging. I will say it's kind of like in slow motion, it's like bullet time. And you can barely see Tim-Tam on their back.
this is so stupid.
Seem to turn from like a normal size Corvum to like a kid size Corvum, just in comparison. Because the armor and stuff because the Big Cat's wearing it, that also enlarges.
Big Cat, what are you doing? And I'm just
What the heck is going on?
What the heck is going on? I don't.
Give me an animal handling at advantage because you can talk with him and he's your friend.
Oh, at advantage. Okay. 22.
Okay. He's ready in mid pounce, so he can't stop the pounce, but you definitely got his attention. And he went from like super hostile to like, what? In midair.
Yeah,
that's your turn.
yeah. I'll do
Tim-Tam.
anything.
I'll say you casting Enlarge was that.
Yes.
And if you're fine with that, and
Yeah.
the vampires move out of the way, and I'll take the dodge action. And then Big Cat, who got last in the initiative with 12, Lance was about to do a huge roar. Was like in the middle of starting to roar. You actually felt like the ground all around you guys like start to earthquake a little bit. But it immediately settled as he just like stopped in mid-roar. And for Hemlock, it was yeah, Hemlock.
Oh.
And there's Hemlock hears, "Wow, you're smaller than I remember."
Big Cat, what are you doing here? I like Tim-Tam? What are you guys doing here?
I'll say we're gonna have an initiative.
Well, isn't it obvious? Rescuing you? Well, it may not
Rescuing me?
seem obvious. I can
Well,
see that.
Well, Hemlock doesn't need rescued. As you can
You
see.
poisoned her mind. You did that to me.
What are you
And
talking?
you know it's not fair.
What are you talking about? I've always been your friend. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I will
No.
fail that. I will absolutely fail that because I have a -1. You're on your own, Big Cat.
You're on your own, Big Cat.
15.
You are charmed by Strahd.
You know, now that I say that, now that you say that, Strahd,
God, I'm sorry.
you may
Okay.
be right. Though you have to admit, old friend, that this huge cat is freaking impressive.
Oh, it is very impressive. Where did you get it? As Strahd like gets up on it, and Big Cat is like, I don't know. He seems scary.
It's Hemlock's friend. We tracked her. It's a really good friend.
Do you hear that? Oh. I hear puppies. Sorry, give me a moment. Make sure the puppies don't attack the cats in here.
Okay. This was an awful idea.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't know the wolf was Strahd.
I didn't know the wolf was Strahd either. When he started talking, I thought it was Ismark. I was like, oh, Ismark's alive? Yay!
Well, it doesn't matter. So, everybody else, we're good. I'm gonna meet you back at the castle. And the other three kind of just look at you two and move back into the tree line, into the darkness. And they keep their eyes on you, and the last thing you see is their yellow glowing eyes.
Your friends are creepy.
And most of them are, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, let's head back to the castle.
Yeah, sure.
Who were those people? I've never met them before.
Other residents at my castle.
Oh. Nice. I
Don't
hate
worry,
those.
they
So-
won't bite much.
By the way, there's a high chance Saxton is now like the leader of the werewolf. So we support him. We're very proud of him, okay, Hemlock?
We're very. Oh wow! I'm so happy for him. He's very good.
Are you okay, Hemlock? You seem a little nervous.
I'm fine.
As Strahd puts a hand on your shoulder.
I hate this so much. Please. Oh, God. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I like pat his hand. Big Cat, are you doing okay? And I give like Big Cat a little scratch. And
He's like,
For 1 minute, it will get
He's like,
to Big Cat. Okay,
oh, yeah, I'm okay. As it like reverts back.
you can go back if you want. You don't have to come with us if you're scared.
No, I'd rather be with you. You seem like you need me. I don't know
Okay.
what it is, but it seems like you need me.
Out of character, if this cat dies, I will cry.
If it's still a little hurt, I will cast another cure wound on him. By the way.
Okay. So, Tim-Tam, Hemlock, and Strahd, and Big Cat all frolic back to Castle Ravenloft. And you just hear, and we're having a good time, having a good time.
The Wizard was, except for
Oh, I was thinking Queen.
Strahd is. Well, I know, but like I was thinking, there's 4 of us, and we're frolicking back to the castle, and one of them's a cat. You know.
Hey, we have the lion. We have the. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
technically the tin man because I'm, like a tinkerer.
Yeah, I'm the
artificer.
girl. So.
If you
Just
only
charge the
had a
fucking scarecrow.
brain.
So, the other group, Nyhm and Saxton. Above the tree line, carved into the side of a rocky mountain spur, is a wide, torchlit cave that looks like a gaping maw of a great wolf as you approach the den. They revert back, some of them revert back into humanoid forms. And they say, and, well, not they, but the lady, Zulika, says, here we are. Here we are, Saxton.
And I'll follow her inside.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Okay, so as you approach, the open jaws of the wolf's head form a 15-foot long high canopy of rock over the cave mouth, held up by natural pillars of rock. The ceiling rises to the height of 20 feet inside the cave. Torches and iron brackets line the walls, and from somewhere deep inside, you hear the echoing sounds of a flute. Some of the notes are flat, painfully so. Deeper within, you can see that the cave splits left and right, and there is standing on a 5-foot high ledge. Between the divide are 2 feral-looking folk wearing shitted clothing and clutching spears. As they go to grab their spears, but then see Zulika with you and go to cease a little bit, and they go, Zulika, who's this? This is our new leader. He defeated Emil in a fight. And she's still carrying Emil on her shoulder and presents him as so. Let me actually roll to see when he's conscious again. It's been an hour, I'll say, since you guys... He is now conscious, and I just realized this is super cute. The D4, sorry, I'm going to go off on a little tangent. The D4 has little ducks for the numbers.
Oh my god.
Like little duck feet for like 2, 3, and like a duck for 1.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, he's awake, and he's just like, he just doesn't want to, he's like shamed in defeat. He just doesn't want to talk. You're allowed inside the cave. You are a guest here, says Zulika to Nyhm.
I'm aware, but I'm still the size of a snack, so I'm waiting out here.
Fair enough. And Zulika turns around and follows Saxton inside and says, quite a friendly ally you have there.
What'd she say?
Quite a friendly ally you have there.
She has her moments. Few and far between, but she has them.
Leading further in, you see 9 wolves and what you assume is another werewolf in here as well. But he is very old. Let me pull up his thing. Because for those that don't know at home, I took literally every NPC in the adventure and I gave them a specific folk version. So he is... He is a hedge, so he's a very old hedgehog. And you see that he has with him a flute. Seems to be made of some kind of almost silvery metal, but you know it's not silver. And he's just like, "Oh, hello. Who's this young, strapping lad?" "This is Saxton. He's our new leader." "Oh, pleasure to meet you. My name is Skinnis." And he like picks up his spear, and it looks very old, and it looks like he just uses it more of like a walking stick now than anything. And he comes over to you, Saxton, and he sniffs your butt.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yes. How did the hunt go? Hello?
I wouldn't know what the hunt was because I've not been told anything.
What? No, he's now the leader of our pack. This is his first time here, Skinnis. Oh, right. My name's Skinnis.
Dementia's a hell of a disease.
Boy, is it. Well, make yourself at home. For as long as it's your home. And he goes back to playing the flute. And his flute playing seems to be admired by the 9 wolves that are in here. That seem to just be laying around catching a break.
Was he in his hedge form or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Just came up in his hedge form and sniffed his butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Through your travels in the woods, have you come across, by any chance, 3 other hedges? Hags.
Hags?
This is addressed to the whole pack.
And he just like ponders for a while. And Zulkia says, no, we have not. At least not 3 in a pair.
Not 3 in a pair. So have you come across hags and on their own?
Come across other hedges. Most of them make us decent snacks. They're very tedious, though. You have to pull out their spines. You know. They make for good toothpicks, though.
I'm looking for 3 in particular that have been trying to attack and hurt my friends, who even Strahd once put down.
Hmm. That's surprising indeed. Do you have any
These-
idea where they're at?
As we were last told, they were near a winery, but we were unable to locate them.
Oh, the Wizards of Wines. Yeah, that family of Corvum there definitely don't like us to be around. It's damn were ravens.
But if Strahd wants them dead, that should be one of our priorities to find them and put them down.
Well,
He-
I think how deadly of a foe are they? Then it must be something very formidable if the devil himself wants them removed.
Definitely would not go one-on-one with these witches. They're very crafty, very dangerous.
Meanwhile, outside, Nyhm, what are you doing outside? This is like a big rock part over top of the tree line where this cave goes in.
Probably sitting on top of the cave entrance, just keeping a lookout, snacking on some trail mix.
Okay. Running up to you is a little pup wolf. And as it
top.
sees you, and as coming out of the cave, and as it sees you, it goes. What do you do?
What cantrips do I have?
As it's like head down, its front legs out like this, but its butt's up, tail's all foofed.
How much does a pup weigh?
About as much as you, maybe a little less.
Oh. Crap. So no mage hand throwing it back into the cave.
It's not like not like infant pup, but it's definitely not a fully grown wolf.
Okay. I will ignore it.
And it just keeps barking at you. And after about a minute or two, you hear from inside. I already didn't have their name up. Kellen, get back in here.
Evan?
Kellen.
Oh, okay.
I honestly thought you said Kevin too.
You know what?
And I
I
was
was
imagining.
You know what?
I was
Kevin, get back in here.
yes. Now I can tell Kevin he's dog. His name is a dog in 2 games now.
Last name McAllister.
No, Harris.
And the pup looks towards the cave, has their ears down and their tail down, and goes back into the cave. Saxton.
Yes.
Further in, as you go to meet the other werewolves and stuff, I'm just gonna describe the area for you. So, there's an underground spring in here. When you go off to your right, where they get their fresh water and stuff. It's probably 6 inches at its narrowest in terms of like a fissure that seems to be where the water like comes up from. But there's also, or where the water slowly leaks down from. Sorry, because there's a spot in the top where you assume that snow from the mountaintops, when it melts, some of it comes down into here. So this is very fresh, cool water in here. Immediately heading off to the left section, instead of being in this section, is the big open area where you saw the old guy with a bunch of wolves. And then you can move further in, and there's a bunch of like support pillars around. And in there, you see a few little caves nestled in here. And one of them is a werewolf named Bainkia. I'm probably saying that really wrong. But she is a white-haired werewolf. And she is very voluptuous, if you want to go that. You know, like in every wolf movie, like Balto and stuff, they always have like the, clearly this is like the female lead dog. Like she's got that kind of look to her.
Curves for days.
Yeah. In another one, you see coming now, like left there, and then was now coming back, is a lady that what is she? You see a Vulpin lady, and she is bringing back a tiny little Gallus child. Looks like a tiny little chick. You know, like think chicken, but baby chicken. Bring them back into the cave. And further on past this cave section, goes even further to a stairway to the left and a big open room to the right. And then go in the big open room to your right, you can see that there is a shrine here. A rough-hewn stairs lead down to this torch-lit cave, and with a bizarre sight. Wide-eyed children stand behind wooden bars and stare at you in terrified silence. The cave holds 6 wooden cages, their lids held shut by heavy rocks. 2 of the cages are empty, and each of the others holds a pair of frightened children. A crude wooden statue stands between the cages. It bears the rough likeness of a fox's head, or a fox-headed woman draped in shadows. Piled around the statue base is an incredible amount of treasure.
I could feel Nym's ears perk up.
The treasure is a lot of gold coins, or not just gold coins, a lot of coins of different metals. Even silver. Wow, I'm actually surprised they have silver in here. A bunch of gemstones. You see jewelry. You think you can see like something ivory poking out of the pile. And that's all you can see visibly. And Sulikia tells you, this is the shrine to Mother Night. When we go out on our hunts, if we find any valuables, we give them to her as tribute.
Nodding, listening, and looking around. So what's with the kids at the cages?
They're complicated. That's what I wanted to show you here. So, our former alpha, before Emil, was Kirilo. He believed that in order for us to make the pack strong, when we make new recruits, we have them fight to the death, and the winner gets turned into a werewolf and becomes part of the pack. But Emil, I'll say at this point, she took Emil to like some cave to go rest or something. But Emil didn't like that, thought it was too cruel. Said that we need numbers more than anything. And when he was in charge, he was gonna, actually tonight, turn all of these kids.
And how many did the former alpha go through to even get what little numbers you have now?
Well, for every fight, there was always one loser.
You failed to realize there's a quality in quantity itself.
But if there's... He thought, I don't agree with this, but he thought if there were too many in the pack, it would be harder to control. It wouldn't be as strong as individuals, but it would be more chaotic and harder to handle. In order for all of us to be able to keep our food and have places to stay.
I can see where he's coming from that. But also, many paws make light work, do they not?
And what do you think of that? Says the white-furred Vulpin lady as she comes in.
I think if the wolves are going to hold their own, they need numbers.
I can help you with that, she says, looking at you with eyes. Bats her eyes. Wink, wink, nudge.
Oh,
Zulika looks at her with a bit of disgust and says, ignore her for now.
I'm guessing she's the femme fatale.
I am the head female of the pack. Zolkia, why don't you go check on your mate? Make sure he's resting well. And I'll talk with this Saxton as she lines her finger down your chest.
Is this where the cheap music starts playing?
Okay, we won't go into the details, but she would talk with you more about other questions. We don't need to roleplay this part, but about other questions that you would have about the pack and stuff. And if you want to, she'll also do the dirty with you.
I'll hold off on that part for right now.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions, though?
I would go back and address the pack and ask who the fastest scouts were.
Fastest scouts would be Zolika, which you've already met, and Iziana, which is the Strig that was guarding out front. Or at least from who's left here.
I'd want to send them with two others with each. North-south and back, and then head east-west to try to find where these hedges are.
Understood. And are you going with them?
Who would be the who's the closest with the castle?
Who's the closest?
What wolves go back and forth with the castle to deal with Strahd?
Well, we can all get there within a few hours. So Strahd usually doesn't want us in the castle.
How does he get his marching orders to you?
He comes here himself. That or he sends one of his vampires.
So for right now, I think we'll wait here and get a rest.
That sounds good, says the white Vulpin.
Oh shit!
I will get the hose, I swear.
You look cold. Maybe you need someone to keep you warm in the cave. And she just like keeps doing that kind of stuff like the whole time. So, Nyhm, outside, you notice something as you're sitting out there.
I ran out of trail mix.
That, and also, I know you're joking, but there seems to be something sitting about 15 feet away from you. It's like it seems to be made of wood, but it's got like it's like almost humanoid. It's got like limbs and stuff, and there seems to be like a string on the going through the inside of it, so that way you can like bend the limbs around and stuff.
So it's a puppet.
Kind of. It's hard to tell. It's facing away from you. Seems to be wearing clothes.
And how did I not notice this before? I chuck a knife at it.
Roll to hit.
We are not going through the scrap again. It's 19 on the die. What's my knives? Daggers. +8. Okay, so 27.
Is that within the first range increment for throwing? 15 feet?
Crap. Yeah, it's 20 to 60 for the range.
Okay, you don't have to, but did you want to do your sneak attack damage on it?
Not at the moment, simply because I don't know if it's something that I want to completely wreck or if it's just a toy or something.
Okay, roll damage.
Right. 6.
All right. The knife goes straight through it. And as it turns around, you can see on its face, as it gets cut in half by your dagger. Wow, those cats are going nuts. Sorry about that. They're wrestling. You see that it is a Mapach, and you see that it looks just like Hemlock, but like a zombie version of her.
So the statue or the said puppet moved and turned towards me.
Because of the dagger. Like the dagger hit it and it like rolled over from the weight of the dagger being stuck in it.
Okay. Mage hand to retrieve my dagger.
You retrieve the wooden doll and the dagger, as the dagger is stuck in the doll for sure.
You said it just went all the way through it.
Okay. You take the dagger.
I'm not, what's the term? Autonomophobous, I think. But no, I've dealt with multiple puppets this campaign. I don't want that thing coming anywhere near me.
It doesn't look like it's a puppet. It looks like it's a wooden doll. And by through it, I meant like the blade went through the other side, not like clean all the way through it. So sorry, but you just take the dagger back with Mage Hand.
Okay. So I now have something else to keep my eyes on to make sure it's not going to move or do anything else.
You keep your eye on it, and it doesn't move or do anything really.
Actually, I have a better idea. How close is the closest tree to the cave and to the cave entrance?
You're like just above the tree line because it's like a rocky ravine, almost like Pride Rock kind of thing going. So if you just like knock it over the ledge, which is about 10 feet away from, it would fall into the tree line.
I was actually going to do something else.
Okay.
I was going to jump over to the tree so I could keep eyes on the cave entrance and on that freaking doll, as well as hide at the same measure.
Okay. Roll stealth. You don't need to roll about the jump because you just do it.
Okay. Passive 22.
Okay. As you pass by the doll, you can see that something was etched into it.
I thought the doll was on the opposite side since I was sitting on the edge of the cave.
Okay, so you make sure you don't get anywhere near it. You're like going the opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be nitpicky here. I'm just trying, if you're trying to tell me something specific, say it.
It wouldn't be unless you examined it further. So, you go into the tree, and you got 22 with a passive stealth. And as you sit up there, the doll doesn't really do anything. Maybe after half hour or so, that little kid comes out, and they go and pick up the doll, and you notice them checking it out, and they look like sad and disappointed, and then they just like go back inside with the 2 pieces of the doll. Yeah, like that. They sound just like that, totally.
Yikes.
Ugh, you are so talkative. Okay, so we will go back to the other group. So, Hemlock and Tim-Tam have made it back to Castle Ravenloft. And Strahd's like, he can stay at my stable. I'll bring him some. I'll have some of my servants bring him some food.
Oh. Are you okay with that, big cat?
I will roll for it.
Alright.
No. I'm scared. This
Aw.
place is lightning and it's wet because it's raining.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Strahd,
It'll be yes.
can I please bring my cat in?
Okay.
Okay. You can come in, big cat.
And you guys go in through the front entrance, which you guys have not done before, so I need to pull that up.
This is the front entrance is where I saw the body of somebody, right?
Yep,
Just,
it's not there anymore.
Is there like blood stains or
Nope.
something?
Nothing.
Cool. It's got a cleanup crew. That's fine.
All right. So, first thing. Yay, I just love pulling up stuff. Okay. So, the ornate outer doors of the castle are pulled open and are flanked by fluttering torches on iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. Overhead, in the vaulted entry foyer that you're in, you see 4 statues of what appear to be like lizards with wings, which you can only think of as like dragons, staring down at you, and their eyes flickering in the torchlight.
That's interesting.
And as he opens the second set of doors, or he doesn't open the second set of doors, they open themselves as you guys get closer. You're back in that grand entryway where it had like that staircase that goes up. And then the hallway to your right heads towards that spiral staircase that leads way down below. And the dining room. And Strahd's like, are you hungry?
A little bit, but
Yeah.
also I don't know if we should like take
And-
too much time.
And the doors close.
Because I still have like Chip, and we have to talk to the abbot. You know, like tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Chip. We have to, Strahd. I'm sorry. We can't be here very long. I know you wanted to talk to me about something, but see, my boy is not doing too good.
There's problems. The best time to talk to them is when you're not on an empty stomach.
I mean, I guess we can like discuss everything as we eat.
And what kind of host would I be if I just led you in here and didn't offer you some nice food?
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, but I must. As he puts like one hand over each of your shoulders and he leads you guys to the dining room.
I really appreciate it, though.
That's what friends do, right? As he looks at Hemlock.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you can help us
I
with
can
the
see
Chip.
the internal screaming on Callie right now.
I don't know what to do.
It's not like you can help us, right, Strahd, in our Chip struggle?
Well, I should be able to help you.
Really?
You
Because
should?
that would like
what did you
really,
need? What did you need? What did the abbot want you to get?
we really need to restore the soul our little friend had.
Hmm. You know, now I think about it, do you see that up there? Is that a cobweb I might need to get? Can you like look up there for a sec, Tim-Tam?
Sure.
As you go to look up, he says, "Describe to me what you see." And you just look up and you can see like the stone pillars and stuff and ornate carvings in there, and you can actually see a cobweb. And in the cobweb, you see cocooned in there seems to be maybe like a little insect or something as the spider is going over to it. And as the spider bites into it, you feel a tinge on your neck. As Hemlock, you see Strahd bite Tim-Tam. Tim-Tam, you can roll a wisdom saving throw.
Does this affect my charm on him? Because my friend is now eating my other friend. Or his charm on me, I mean.
His charm is
No.
OP. I assume.
How?
Because it's OP. What do I have to roll anything?
Yeah, you roll wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom.
Yeah.
Of course, it's wisdom. Okay, yeah, it's a 6.
Okay, you realize Strahd bit you, but you just let it happen. You take 7 piercing.
In front of everybody.
You take 7 piercing damage and 10 necrotic. And the 10 necrotic knocks down your maximum hit points by that amount.
Okay.
Strahd, that wasn't nice. You have to ask permission first.
Oh, sorry. Hemlock, may I bite you?
Does this do
As he
anything?
pulls out a handkerchief and just...
Hi.
All right. 1 out of 10 is a no. It's a 9. So no, you cannot. You cannot bite me.
Oh, why not?
It just hurt a little.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, all the little kids are doing it.
Well, didn't you just eat? Or I mean, didn't you just have some from Tim-Tam?
Yeah, it's only just a taste. I don't want to leave any lasting repercussions on you. You are my friends, after all. Friends out have friends, right?
I guess that's fair. You can go ahead and do it. Go ahead, I guess.
I could use that dinner now.
It's like there's a big dining room table, and it's got like, you know, cookie and OJ for your blood transfusion that you just did stuff. I'm joking. It's like a big 7-course meal level food for you.
I don't feel like, well, I feel weakened actually.
You feel lightheaded because you did lose quite a bit of blood. But...
I'm gonna eat a little meat.
I guess you could drink from me. It's fine, I guess, if you want.
Wisdom save. As you take 7 piercing and 7 piercing and 10 necrotic.
Hemlock. Oh, 12.
Okay. It hurt a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. But he doesn't let go.
What?
As you take an additional 7 and 10.
No!
And I need another wisdom saving throw. As Tim-Tam, you kind of notice this, but it's not a big deal for you right now. You're not sure why.
I get another 10 necrotic damage?
Yes.
I get it, like the fur folk, like it's fine. I understand that my feathered neck, it's not as good.
22.
It is then that you snap out of the charm.
Is he still holding on?
He is holding on to you. He's got his cloak around you. And you are now in fear of your life as he's holding on to you. And we'll roll initiative. Tim-Tam, you can roll if you want. You don't have to. But...
No. Well,
19.
Okay.
12.
12 for Tim-Tam. What Big Cat get? 7. Okay. What did Strahd get? Oh, what is his total? What's your dex bonus, Hemlock?
+2.
He's 19 the greater.
I would think so. If I die, I'm gonna play Harley. Fuck.
right. Now that you're trying to resist, he actually has to roll to hit. Nat 20. I am not joking. And for this, I'm gonna roll the damage. Instead of doing the average.
You honestly don't. You probably don't have to. It's fine, but.
So, out of context, how many of us here had ideas for a backup character?
Well, I got one now.
Eight,
because I was
8 piercing damage. Are you still
Yeah.
conscious?
Somehow.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
It was a crit. So
Yeah,
I need
you
to
rolled
check.
twice.
No, I got a.
Oh, yeah.
D100. 40. Oh no, it got stuck. 41. Okay, so 41 means. I'll just say his cloak blinds you until the end of your next turn.
Blinds me?
Yes.
Man, I should have just played airily this whole time.
And then I will use, for the necrotic damage, 2 of my normal d6, Metal Dice of Doom d6, and my new Lucky Duck Dice d6. And then I gotta re-roll 2 more dice on top of that. $27 necrotic damage. Are you out?
What do you think? I'm dead.
You are at 0. Did that knock your maximum hit points to 0?
Yep. Because it's a vampire. Hemlock's dead.
Tim-Tam, you see Strahd finish up with Hemlock and hold her in his arms. And he says, "Excuse me, she needs some rest."
How does Hemlock look?
She looks very pale. And she looks like
Oh,
she's asleep.
I will like wake up, like, oh, is she okay? I will try to like look if she's got a pulse, and if I think it's really,
He
really
doesn't.
bad,
He's like, no, don't worry. I'm gonna let her get some rest. It's been a very long.
I mean,
day.
I've seen things like this before, and
She
I don't
needs
want.
rest. Eat your food.
Oh, okay.
And he leaves. Sorry.
No, I mean,
both
yeah,
of you.
sure. I'll eat my food. Yeah, I mean,
I knew it was
I'm still
coming.
a
It's
little
fine.
And Aya's gonna kill me.
She absolutely is gonna kill you. I just told her.
You tattletale. Anyway,
You killed me.
Saxton,
My hair's-
you are getting ready to go out and go searching for these hags. with the wolf pack. I'll
No,
say
I was sent the scouts up to look for him. We were waiting in the cave for a rest.
oh, this is after the rest, so we'll say it's been. Do you want to take a long rest?
How long has it been since the other two disappeared?
About 2 hours.
A short rest will be fine.
Okay. You're not going to join us? You're the head
I
of the
was going to
pack.
wait here. Yes. And I'm expecting Strahd to be coming here.
Fair enough. Before I head out, says Ulkia, I have to ask: are we with or against the devil?
For the time being, until those hags are gone, we're with him. Those hags need to be taken out.
All right.
Have
Then
the scouts do not engage, only locate them and recon back.
understood. And she turns into a wolf, and she takes half of the wolves that were the old guy was taking care of, and they go out hunting. And then the Strig werewolf guy takes the other half, and they go out into the other direction. You wait here for a while. You wait here for like an additional hour after they leave. And Strahd hasn't shown up. By now, it's definitely dark.
How many wolves are still in the cave?
Let's see here. There are not that many. There's not even 10 werewolves. The normal wolves have gone out with the hunt. And one of the werewolves is a kid, and another one's a really old guy. There's very few people here.
I'd have head back out to the cave entrance, or Nyhm would be.
Okay, Nyhm, I'm not sure if you've been resting the top of the tree or not, but you would notice Saxton come out.
I mean, I could have used a short rest. I was missing a few HP from my fall in the wizard's tower.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely short rest.
Yay.
Do you do anything when you're out there, Saxton? Because you don't see Nyhm right away.
Watching. How high up is this cave?
It's 20 feet high in the entryway cave. But you
mean,
you head out into like the rocky summit.
Yeah,
It's like
how high up on the mountain is it?
Oh, it's a little taller than the trees. So I would say about 40 feet up.
Be looking and scanning into the distance, watching out.
Okay. I assume you're looking for Nyhm, right?
Partially for Nyhm and keeping a watch for anyone coming this way.
Okay. You give me a perception check, Saxton.
Uh, 22.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. You actually, wow, you on the dot just barely smell Nyhm in front of you. You're pretty sure Nym's in that tree right there. You also hear in the distance, horse. galloping, and what sounds like a carriage. And it seems to be moving kind of fast. But you're assuming that's somewhere on the road, which is about half a mile in the woods south of here. In the distance, way off to the far west, you can see the castle. Even from here. Behind you, further up the mountain, it seems to turn into the clouds seem to merge with the mountains, just like when you were at that mountain range on the opposite side of the valley, which you can actually see from here. You can see the swamplands and stuff. It's actually a fairly decent view here. But besides those things, nothing else from your watch.
How much of the mountain is above the cloud cover?
You're not sure. You can't see up there. Oh, are you asking like what's the border? Of like how far would you need to climb till you're to the border of the clouds? I'll say about 100-foot climb, which is not that far, considering.
I would take a short walk to the top of the mountain.
All right, Nyhm, you would notice Saxton probably taking a good 15 minutes of just looking out into the valley. And then going to leave the cave and heading up the mountain. Would you do anything?
Actually, I do. Just because I don't want to have to deal with it, I throw a knife towards the doll on the top of the cave.
Oh, the doll's
Don't say
gone. The
anything.
little kid took it.
Oh, he took it. Okay, I thought he said it took pieces of it.
Yeah, he took the two halves and was all sad and went back in.
Oh, okay. My bad. In that case, no. I will make note of the fact that he's moving, but I am staying silent and staying up in the tree.
I like how your priority is like doll.
Like I said, I have met several dolls and or mannequins in this adventure. I have liked none of them. I don't like one that appears out of freaking nowhere 15 feet from me. I am staying the crap away from it.
I think we're not fighting a bunch of mannequins.
I told you I am
That's
not
a different-
Phobos.
That's a different domain of dread. But yes, there's Domain of Dread where the Dark Lord is Pinocchio. And it takes place in a village in Italy.
So to answer the question, I'm trying to find more trail mix.
Okay, survival check.
Oh shit, I forgot. I don't have that memorized. Survival. Hey, it's +3. Okay. Hey, 21.
All right, you're able to find a bunch of seeds and stuff, and because you're in pine trees, you're able to get a bunch of the sap, and you're able to like put it together and make it into like a trail mix ball thing, which is what you've been doing for the weeks that you've been here anyway. Because most of the time you're not eating in a tavern.
Nice. I was being sarcastic. I did not think that would pay off. Thank you.
I
We've
mean,
been here for weeks.
trail mix is like it's one of the like old schooliest rations you can have.
I meant more along the lines I was up in the tree searching my bag. I did not realize that that is a functional variation of said trail mix. So I'm rather happy with it.
Since you're like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon with your hopping skills, I was just gonna be like, oh, you just casually hop from tree to tree looking for stuff.
Not complaining. Not complaining in the least.
If they're within 40 feet of each other, you can do it without a check. So it's like, but you were very quiet and agile with it. You probably move with the wind just to keep your stealth up.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Mouse. Mouse has Thorn. I think those are two different stories, but I'm not 100% certain right now.
Saxton.
Quick side question.
Yes.
Who did Hemlock give the light thingy to?
The Amulet of Ravenkind?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Can we even use it?
Who has it?
Well,
I
she
think
gave one.
Tim-Tam does.
Yeah, she gave one to me and one to Tim-Tam. I don't think we ever specified who got what.
Hemlock, which one?
Yeah, you should choose.
Dead. What? I don't know.
Wake up.
uh, um. Well, are any of you a cleric or a paladin of good alignment?
No.
Then it's not gonna help you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna give Saxton that mace. So
I think I think I would. Shit, I don't know. Who do you think? Please pick for me, guys.
I mean, if it was inside the castle right now, it's a good probability it'd be destroyed.
I think you would give.
I was thinking.
I think you'd give the icon to Nyhm and the amulet to Tim-Tam. But that's just me. In the end, it's up to you.
I'm gonna go the other way. I think I gave the holy symbol to Nyhm, and I gave the icon of Ravenloft to Tim-Tam.
Okay.
Isn't that what you said?
No, he said the
Oh.
other way.
Saxton, so you head up to the edge of the clouds, and it seems like a fog. And you continue climbing up?
Yes.
Alright. As you go to climb up into the fog, give me a Constitution saving throw.
$17.
Okay, you gain a level of exhaustion. You're not sure what's going on, but as you go into the fog itself, it seems to sap the very life out of you. Do you continue moving?
Yes.
Give me another con save.
19.
You gain another level of exhaustion. It's getting hard to breathe as you're moving ahead. You continue moving.
I'd go back down.
Con save.
18.
You just barely get to the other side as you gain a third level of exhaustion.
I would go back in and take a long rest.
and you feel like your very soul was being sapped out of you as you were in there. You also realized as you turned around that it's almost like you didn't even climb more than 5 feet up in there, even though you're pretty sure you climbed a good 100 feet up. So currently, with 3 levels of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks, your speed is halved, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
I'm sorry, but why do I get the incredible feeling that the term roll initiative is coming up soon?
Hemlock.
Hey, what'd do? What's up? Please, I'm scared.
Everything fades off for you as you feel cold, as you feel the very warmth of your body leaving from your neck where Strahd bit you. And you wake up. And all you can see around you is gray fog. There is no ground. You seem to be standing on nothing. You seem to be standing on the fog itself. And you hear a scream in the distance.
Hello? I'm dead.
Roll me D100.
Shit. Oh.
That's not a number.
22.
Reroll. You already have this one.
I know.
You say it's not a number, but I know a lot of people who call that out when they hit a 1.
96.
Okay. I'll tell you later. So the go hello, and you hear a little kid go, hello, help, anyone here? Mom,
Go
Dad.
I go towards it.
As you go towards it, you find a little Batra child.
Oh.
You notice that their neck is wide open as it's been slit, and you recognize them as the very child that was in the windmill in the cage.
What's all on the wound for? I'm already dead. You don't have to kill me more.
Who are you?
Hi. Hi. I'm Hemlock.
Where are we?
In the mist. I think. Or what are the fog or whatever.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Can I hold your hand?
Of course.
And they go up and they hold your hand.
Holds it tight.
We dead?
Yeah. Does that scare you more?
I don't know. At least I'm away from Mom and Dad. They won't miss me. And as the child says that, they turn into fog and disappear. Tim-Tam. As you're eating your meal, Strahd comes back with one of those duck folk guys. And he has 2 curved short swords. And Strahd said, "Did you like your meal?"
Yeah, it felt really good. I needed that. Is Hemlock okay?
Oh, yes,
maybe I
yes.
check on her. Okay.
Okay, you want to check on her?
Yeah, I think I'd feel way better if I could like check on her.
Rahadin. Show Tim-Tam to Hemlock. He goes, "Yes, Lord Strahd. If you'll follow me."
Sure.
I would like to say Big Cat's there.
Big Cat, like, looks very worried next to you, Tim-Tam. Big Cat looks very worried next to you. Doesn't want to follow. Actually seems very nervous around this Rahadin character. When he got closer, Big Cat actually scooted away. and his fur is like up.
So I think because like this feline is very attached to Hemlock, and Hemlock is very attached to this feline. I don't know if it's convenient for him to check on her, but I cannot speak to him, or I don't have any bond as Hemlock does. So I don't know what should we do, if we should set him free or bring him to Hemlock, which probably would make them both very happy.
He looks at Radin. Radin looks at him with a very neutral stare. He goes, why not? Okay.
Real quick, with the with connection to all, I think you can get one of my spell slots, or one of my spells, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Cool.
Tim-Tam.
Can we? Yeah.
Rahadin escorts you towards the spiral staircase that you're all too familiar with. But instead of going up, he leads you down.
Okay.
And as he leads you down the stairs, you guys go further into the dungeons. I'm not going to go describe them because the Castle Ravenloft is so effingly complex. But we will say you eventually reach a area with a bunch of crypts in it. And he turns you around from there, and you can almost do a U-turn, and you go down a hallway. And then, at that hallway, he leads you down a set of stairs.
That's
And
taking a lot of time. That's a weird place.
yeah.
You sure you're not lost?
Oh, I'm sure I'm not lost.
Okay.
The stairs descend into black still water that fills an arched hallway before you. The water surface is like a dark mirrored glass, disturbed only occasionally by the click of a drop falling from the ceiling. 20 feet ahead, arched doorways lead downwards from each side of the hallway. In each arched doorway, an iron door stands closed and partially submerged. Make sure
Okay, you sure?
Make sure to follow my footsteps exactly. And he
This
seems to
seems
move
like-
almost like an S, like a serpentine pattern, through the water that is like ankle. It is like knee-high water.
Okay. I will cast reduce on Big Cat,
Okay, and so he's a medium cat.
and I will grab him and then follow.
Okay, he doesn't
Because
seem. He's a mountain lion, so he doesn't mind the water that much. He's not like a domestic cat.
No,
Oh.
I mean it's not so he doesn't get like wet or anything. It's like because I'm sure he doesn't understand the indications of
Oh.
like doing.
Okay, give me an animal handling.
Oh, of course it's wisdom. Natural 20,
Hey.
19.
Okay, so he doesn't exactly know what you're doing. You can definitely tell he's uncomfortable with it, but he lets you hold him as you move him around.
Okay, so yeah, I will like grab him and then do the thing like.
And where is it? So
This seems like a very complicated place to take Hemlock for a rest.
he does not respond, and he goes to turn to the right.
Okay. I mean, I have no reason to doubt Strahd.
As it goes around to the right and you go to follow, he is gone. And you hear something moving in the water behind you.
Well, now that is kind of rude. I'll activate Tim-Tam.
All right. So you activate Tim-Tam and you turn around.
Yes.
You look down the hallway and you see a bunch of zombies come up out of the water from where you were just at. And some of them aren't even able to stand as they're like crawling through the water towards you.
They are clearly hostile.
Yeah. And I'll have you roll initiative real quick.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So what do? I'll say there's 4 of them.
Well, so first off, are they in a 15-foot cone?
Yes, definitely. It's only a 10-foot wide hallway.
Okay, then Tim-Tam will fire cone them.
Okay, that's dex saves, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's like safe. I forgot. Yeah.
I'll say the one that's submerged in water will take half damage regardless.
Makes sense.
But I'm rolling for all of them. What's your DC?
Let's see, my spell DC. It's 17.
Okay, literally only one passes. I'm surprised
Okay.
that one passed, to be honest.
For 13 fire damage.
Okay, it burns them pretty good. But because they're just soaked in the water, it seems like they didn't take as much as they could have.
Yeah.
And one of them
Then, with my
involuntarily
action-
used another one as a shield in a way. And I'll say that's why it made its dex save. And then
how many are there?
there are still 4.
Okay, then I will shoot a scorching ray to 3 of them, like 1 on each.
Okay. The one that is prone, you'd have disadvantage. Do you go for all of them but that one?
Well, then I will shoot the other 3.
Okay.
So the first one is
What's your,
23 to hit,
what's your bonus to hit?
plus 9.
Okay, they have an armor class of 8, so roll for crits.
Okay, so the first one is not a crit, the second one is not a crit, and the third one is not a crit.
Okay,
The
so
first,
you hit
the-
all 3.
yeah, the first one is like 10 fire damage.
Okay.
The second one is 7,
Mm-hmm.
and the third one is 9.
All right. They are still up. They are very crisp. By now, the parts of them that aren't in the water are definitely dry. And I'll say they definitely do not have resistance to those attacks. They did to the initial fire one, but not anything else.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Well, I'll try to back up. Because I'm holding Tim-Tam and the cat, so.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw. Actually, make 2.
Okay, so the first one is a 13, and the second one is a natural 20 for a 19.
Ooh, okay. You hear screams of thousands of people who sound like they're dying. And then
What?
you
All
take,
around me?
Yeah, it just seems like the sound is like in your head.
Okay.
And you take 8 psychic damage.
Cool.
And as you take 8 psychic damage, you are no longer charmed by Strahd.
Fucker.
Motherfucker. And you realize what just happened.
Yeah.
25 to hit.
25 hits, yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, at least I'm good at that one. That's 13.
Okay. A dart hits you in the back of your neck, and you take, because he can't help but do this much damage. Holy shit! You take 7 piercing damage
Okay.
from this dart, and you are conscious just long enough to see Rahadin with a blow dart gun.
Okay.
As you go to turn around, and you fall unconscious into the water as the zombies start to go over top of you. And that's where we'll end it for the night.
Okay.
So, we'll do plugs. Yeah. Tim-Tam.
I'm drowning. I'm dead. But other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. I do art. And I have a Patreon. And if you like my art, consider supporting me on Patreon because it helps me draw more and more often and better. Because the more I draw, the better I get at it. So yeah, check me out.
Okay. Saxton. The head of the werewolf pack. You got any plugs?
Nothing besides being a little winded. Apparently, it's a very high altitude up here.
Yeah. It's almost like the mists didn't want you to leave.
It's like San Francisco, Jesus.
Nyhm, do you got anything? Any plugs?
Actually, I do this time.
Oh.
I'd like to plug Planters Trail Mix. It's about $7 at Walmart.
Not sponsored by Trail Mix.
Not sponsored by Trail Mix, but kind of fitting this time around. That's all I got, honestly.
Okay. Then Hemlock.
For the last time, hi. Like, I was gonna be so mad at you.
Oh,
I
you haven't
told-
looked at chat yet.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I told Mom on you. But yeah, you can find me at Callie on Twitter. I do art and I have commissions open. And tomorrow, a much happier game called Saffron Academy is on Fresher Moon D&D at 8 o'clock, and Scotty and I are in that. He doesn't try to kill me in that one, so might be good to watch. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a hard time, but
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But I run a game every other Tuesday at 8 o'clock. It's called Unwritten. I try to kill Scotty in that one, so I guess we're even. And
Well, no, that was like kind of, you didn't really try. You just had us like, you just did a hard reset on the campaign.
yeah.
So it's 1 tally for Scotty, 0 for Kelly. Is that right?
Wait, no, Callie did kill my 2 rat dads, so.
Yeah, check that out.
Oh, sorry,
I'm sorry.
spoilers.
I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
No, it's. I guess it's 2 tally. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next Wednesday. And when I say you all, I also mean you, Callie.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.
Night.